Are you ready to witness the legend of Conor McGregor, the GOAT of MMA? From his explosive fighting style to his iconic trash talking, the Notorious has left his mark on combat sports history. And this video will break down why Conor McGregor truly deserves the title of the GOAT. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into it. Number 1, his influence. We could make an entire video on Conor McGregor's influence, but for the sake of brevity, let me break it down. In the UFC's top 10 pay-per-view events, i.e. the events with the most buys, Conor McGregor is featured in 8 of them, being the top 6. Every fight he's had since becoming a champ has been a top 10 event. If that's not good enough, Conor's one face of the coin that is the biggest fight in combat sports history, the McGregor-Mayweather fight. That event was something straight out of a movie. The stars couldn't have lined up better. The two biggest draws in fighting history come together to create a super fight. They called it the $1 billion fight. The world was watching. It could even be said that Conor made the UFC what it is today. With a great CEO like Dana White, it was bound to be huge, but Conor was a catalyst that made it the giant that it is today. But those are just numbers. Conor also changed UFC culture. You know how great you gotta be to affect culture? Now every fighter is trying to dress up in suits and weird clout chasing outfits, gold chains, watches, and all kinds of shit. All fighters now want to get behind the camera and say the most outlandish statements, trying to be just like Papa McGregor. Usman literally copying McGregor's every word.
I need to see active. I need to see activity.
They can all get it. They need to show me some activity. Show me some activity.
Yeah, it's red panty night when you're starting to fight me, yeah? Back at home with your wife.
I have what everybody wants. Yeah. You know, it's green panty night when you fight me.
Masvidal at one point wearing the same exact robe as McGregor, and Kobe's whole persona is a straight up McGregor clone.
Shit, bitch. Hey, that's right.
This is a type of influence that can only come from the GOAT.
Look at everybody up here. They're all dressed like me. They're all trying to talk like me. They're all trying to be me.
Number 2, his charisma. If there was a belt for shit talking, Conor would have it. This man has some of the most legendary moments.
Afraid with Aldo, I fear no man. I've said this before, if you breathe oxygen, it's fair game. I will come and take you out. I don't fear nothing.
My favorite is his Octagon interview when he became the double champ.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants. Let me raise this. This is what I want to do. This is what I dreamed into reality.
But this guy has shit talking highlight reels for days. Fighters copying his speaking ability is for a reason. His extreme confidence also made a big impact. He had that Mayweather effect where even if you didn't like him, you couldn't stop watching and still tuned into the fight to see if he would lose. He has such classic clips that are now a part of the culture, such as,
who do you think would give you the hardest fight out of anybody on stage?
Right here. Right here, the hardest hitting 145 pound, the real hardest hitting 145er right here. This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
and
What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read. 40 years old carrying a school bag. The man doesn't even fucking read.
and even more eerie quotes like,
I own Rio de Janeiro. So for him to say he is the king and I am the joker, if this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to walk. But we are in a new time, so I'll whoop his ass in July.
Number 3, his fighting ability. Conor is such a legendary fighter that his fighting ability gets overshadowed by a lot of his other accomplishments like his money and shit-talking ability. But to break it down, he has a great record of 22-6. And unlike other fighters, he has had success in 3 different weight classes, from 145 to 170. We all know he's got that deadly left hand that can put out any fighter like it's no one's business. But he's got more than just a hard hitter. He's got some of the best striking in the UFC. Watching Conor striking is like watching art. Silky smooth movements that terrorize his opponents. He showed it best in his fight with Eddie Alvarez.
One more look at that, boom, and then watch this bang with the second one. Done there. Let's take a look at it again. Boom, clipped him, right hand, boom, left hand again, right hand again. And his head is just wobbling on his neck there. Big John wisely steps in and stops the fight.
He's also a great counter striker that makes it hard to really engage him on the feet. He's got great kicks and he's also got great takedown defense that isn't really talked about. He really showed in his fight with Chad Mendes.
There's a good shot by Chad. Beautiful shot by Chad.
Overall, the only way to beat a fighter like Conor McGregor is to be durable enough to last in the later rounds or grapple with him. Other than that, he's gonna knock you out. Number 3, his accomplishments. This is where I really think Conor cements his spot as a GOAT. The biggest one is that he was the first to become double champ. No other fighter was even thinking about that until Conor did it. He quite literally changed what fighters thought was possible. Before then, no champion was gonna risk it and change weight class when they could just stay king of the hill. He created the feat of being double champ. Number 2, he beat the pound for pound number 1 in the fastest championship fight in UFC history. That was a legendary fight. 14 seconds, only a couple punches thrown, and it was over.
The notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr.
Conor relaxed and smiling. Oh! He slapped him!
That fight will be talked about for the next 100 years, I promise you. Next on the list is his pay-per-view buys. Conor is the cream of the crop when it comes to pay-per-view, second to none, not even Mayweather. Lastly, McGregor's money. Conor went crazy, but so would I if I had a percent of the money Conor had. This dude is worth $500 million, he lives in Dubai, has a Lambo yacht, buys the best quality cocaine money can buy, and just vibes out thanks to his Proper 12 investment. These are his top accomplishments, but you gotta keep in mind, Conor did all this in the span of 5 years. Do you really understand that? Conor signed to the UFC in April of 2013, and the Mayweather fight was in August 2017. That in itself is like something straight out of a movie. In conclusion, Conor is the GOAT. When you put it all together, he is the greatest. Say what you want, but no other fighter has the influence he's had from pay-per-view to changing culture. His quotes are more famous than most fighters. He has lightning in his left hand. He was able to fight in 3 different weight classes, become the first double champ with the quickest championship fight, and he now has more money than all other UFC fighters combined, from a regular punk kid in Ireland to a notorious icon. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Definitely let me know if I'm a fucking idiot that doesn't know anything about MMA. Peace.